Hey, what's going on, everyone? I am back for another Slim Sports interview. And as always, I'm your host, Jay Slim. And today, once again, you see the Northeast hat on. I've got QB1 from my Tigers this past season, who is now suiting up for Texas Southern at the Division One ranks in 2026. Going to keep on doing what he does, and that is win some ball games. Ladies and gentlemen, 6'2" quarterback, Jeremiah Harrell. What's going on, Jeremiah?
So how you doing?
Doing great, man. Excited to get you on. I've had a lot of your teammates on already this season, and pretty much all of them have said, man, you got to get him on. The growth he made this year is insane. And obviously, I saw it just in my first year with your guys' program being on there. Had fun at Media Day where you accidentally threw the ball at my head because in your defense, receiver didn't catch the ball. But
Yeah, at the bar.
there you go. Absolutely incredible what you were able to do this year. And I want fans, viewers, before we hop into these questions, to really get to know about your accolades, about what you were able to do for this Northeast Tigers program at the junior college level this past year. In a quick segment that I like to call Resume Rundown, where I'm going to show off a nice little graphic right here with what you've been able to do. And I got to talk about this real quick. You tied for second most passing touchdowns in a single season in the Northeast record books, able to put your name up there top five in single season passing yards, really able to just absolutely dominate one of the best passing offenses in the entire MACCC conference, doing what you guys do best. And obviously had a couple of different places where you could have gone at the 4 year level, chose Texas Southern, rightfully so, going to be able to compete in a very tough SWAC conference. So you were able to really dominate. And this sophomore year was a lot different from your freshman year. Freshman year, from what I have heard, you had to battle through a few injuries. You and Caden Greer were kind of going back and forth at that QB1 spot as far as, passing, running, doing whatever you guys could do. And in 2024, you guys really had not that big of a passing offense. It was mainly run oriented, but this past year, you guys were really able to develop that passing game a lot more. Talk to me real quick about this uptick in production for yourself to where you were able to really grab hold of that QB1 spot and produce the way that you did.
Just coming in like just from the last season, my freshman season, coming off the injuries. So I just had a chip on my shoulder just by just going in head down and just working for the spot. But at the end of the day, my brother know it's business in the quarterback room. So I mean, he know like it's a lot into it.
Hey, great quarterback as well. And Caden Greer, great guy to have as your backup, somebody that could take off for some big time runs. He had a 50+ yard rushing touchdown against Delta and was
Yeah,
able to really contribute at a high level, just like yourself, whenever you ended up going down with injury or you had like an illness or something. Caden Greer was
yeah.
able to step in. So obviously a great 1-2 punch there at that quarterback position. And this passing game improved a ton from 2024 to 2025, like I mentioned. Northeast, I believe in 2024, you guys had 7 total passing touchdowns as a team between you and Caden. And this past year, yourself alone, you had 14 passing touchdowns just yourself. Caden added in a few as well. And you guys were able to get the team moving a lot to where the passing game helped a very fantastic running back in Quay Middlebrooks be able to contribute in the run game. So, talking real quick about the development of the passing game with this great talented group of receivers. Obviously, you have a great offensive line that was able to block for you. All of them went Division One as well. Talking real quick about the development of this passing offense.
From it, we came a long way from the receiver room and just bringing progress into this room. So I mean, we knew what we wanted that next season. We know we wanted to be the best and just make it far as we could, even though our season didn't go as planned. So I mean, but we still put in extra work during the off season and during fall camp to just come out with some big progression.
Yeah, obviously you guys had that big jump in the numbers, and it helps when everybody across the offensive line, your receivers, your running back, you had a freshman tight end who, in my opinion, is going to end up following the ranks of the rest of the guys, and that's going to the Division One level.
Yeah,
JT Beasley, Makyree Jones, Quay Middlebrooks, and then all five of the starting offensive line all were Alfred Washington going to Illinois, power four level at right tackle. JT Fagan, who was incredible, going to Marshall. So you had a whole lot of weapons and a whole lot of help on offense to where that probably helped you feel a lot more comfortable at that quarterback position, knowing,
yeah,
all right, I don't have to be Superman. I just have to do my job and go out and do it. Talking real quick about your mindset, knowing that you had so much help on offense to where you could go out and do what you did.
I mean, it was just a good feeling just having those guys around and just having knowing they blocking for me and my blind side. So I mean, I was very comfortable in the pocket just from just them stepping up as one whole, all five, even the backup. So I mean, it was just a lot of growth from just the O line from freshman season, and I give big props to my O line.
Yeah, that O line was incredible. I've had a good chunk of them on. I've had Alfred and Hunter on to where they can talk about their stories just like you're doing now. And one of the segments that we got to do with them, as well as Makyree Jones, which I might be showing one of his highlights here in this segment we're about to get into. That's a segment that I like to call Make That Play, where I get to show off some of the best highlights that you had this past season. And I went through the film, I took a look, I put together what I felt like were your top three plays from this past season. But obviously, as you know, I'm just a stats guy. I'm just a fan in the stands. You're the one on
Yeah.
the field doing what you do best, scoring these big time touchdowns. So, what would you say was your best play from this past season?
I'll most definitely say my pass to Makai, ICC game, the second play of the game. So I mean that was just a big game for us and just a big touchdown from the environment. So yeah.
Absolutely, man. And I agree with that. That is number one on my list for you as well. But I'm going to start off at number three. And the first one that I'm going to talk about here is going against Kapile Lincoln, 41-yard touchdown pass to JT Beasley, where you guys had ran that play a couple times, had a couple different looks, different ways to run it. And you guys ended up kind of confusing the Kapile Lincoln defense to where JT Beasley was able to get wide open. You saw it right off rip, hit him in stride, ended up dumping it off to the receiver a couple of times, gave them a couple different looks, a couple different short routes. Now you have JT Beasley go long. He gets over top of the linebacker, over top of the defensive back who comes in on the little hitch route because he thinks you're going there. You hit him on over top, 41-yard passing touchdown to JT Beasley going against a very tough Colin team there.
Yeah.
Number two, this one was close to being number one for me, and that was the end of the East Mississippi game, touchdown plus the 2 point conversion. Absolutely
Uh,
incredible comeback. You guys were down by, I believe, 13 points, and you guys ended up going 13 points straight. Great job by the offense, great job by the defense as well, doing a tremendous job there. And ball got snapped, quick blitz in on you on that touchdown play, and you hit Brooks Wallace, your tight end, real quick off rip. He gets in for a touchdown score. You need a 2 point conversion in order to tie it. Enter Makyree Jones, who seemed to be one of your favorite receivers this past season, just like Beasley. He came in, and the great part about this play that I always find funny, there was three different receivers that were open in the middle of the field there. So great offensive play there where you hit Makyree Jones perfectly for that 2 point conversion. That's at number two. Number one, absolutely the Itawamba rivalry win, 74-yard touchdown pass that got the game started off strong, and you guys never looked back. Connected with Makai on a big time post route where he ended up getting kind of one-on-one with the safety. Safety ended up getting behind him on his back hip. You let him in stride, hit him
yeah.
hands out, and he took off for the races and straight to the end zone. So those are some just great plays. And obviously you had a whole lot more plays from, the passing game and even in the running game to where you were able to help put points on the board. And you had a very distributed group of receivers. We mentioned the offensive line before, and I've mentioned, Makai, JT Beasley, Quay Middlebrooks, your running back was great in the receiving game as well. Charles Stevenson, who's a freshman, and Isaiah Cobbs, who are both coming back for the Tigers. I'm happy they're coming back. They're absolutely insane with what they do. But they each brought their own way of being a receiver. Makai was a big time deep threat. JT Beasley was one of those big, strong guys. Cobb, Stevenson, and Middlebrooks were kind of those shifty little short route guys that can get you a lot of yards after catch. Talking real quick about having these multitude of options where you have a good distribution among you in that receiver group to where you as the quarterback know, all right, if I hit him here, we're getting yards. If I hit him, we're getting even more yards.
So just having just different varieties of receivers and what they can do. I mean, it's just gonna be hard for a defense to cover who. I mean, somebody gonna get open. It's from JT to Makai or to Charles to Kyle. All the slot receivers, somebody gonna get open. So I mean, just all the young guys that's stepping up into the season now. I feel like they just really gonna do some work and fill in some big shoes.
Absolutely. And Obviously, it helps having a quarterback like yourself that was able to put up 1,487 passing yards, 14 passing touchdowns, had nearly 300 yards rushing on the season with four rushing touchdowns. Going against Northwest Mississippi, one of the top five teams in the country at the time, 146 passing yards, three passing touchdowns against them. Southwest, you guys ended up winning a shootout, 35 to 21, 189 passing yards for yourself with another three touchdowns. And then going against ICC, you had 197 yards, four total touchdowns, with three of them once again coming through the air in a 41 to 14 rivalry win. Got to put your foot on their throats. And I saw the celebration afterwards. I don't blame you. That was a fun rivalry win there. And this was a team where in 2024, I mentioned how the offense, you guys grew as far as that, but the team as a whole this year really grew because you guys went 3-6 in 2024, ended up starting off the season 3-0 this season in what was a eventual 5-4 season where you guys went even in conference action, able to go toe to toe with everybody that you went against. And you guys just seemed to be so complete. And a big part of that was because there were so many returners on both offense and defense. A lot of sophomore veterans where they've been around the block, like yourself, to where you guys know, okay, this is what we need to do in order to win. Talk to me real quick about how having this veteran presence and guys that all know each other real well really helped lead to the success that you guys had on the season.
So I think from our freshman season to our sophomore season, like we wasn't really as close as we was this past season. So I mean, just us, just team bonding a lot on and off the field. So I mean, I think that plays a big part. Us being so good on the field, we just had a couple missing pieces down the road. So I mean, just having them boys stick together and they're gonna do good things.
Yeah, and obviously I mentioned before, so many Division I signees. Offense, I mentioned some of them. Defense, whole linebacker group, the defensive line. I mean, your guys' freshman defensive tackle, your nose guard, is already getting Division I offers, and that just speaks to the development that head coach Greg Davis and his staff is able to produce with this Northeast program, with all of the great talents like yourself that have come through. Talk to me real quick about the development at Northeast with, led by this coaching staff with head coach Greg Davis, to where year after year they're able to produce guys to go on to the 4-year level and continue their careers.
So I think the coaching staff they're doing a good job for recruiting and just being there, just not as like as a coach. So I mean, just them turning the program around and having us like seeing everybody that done left that done went Division I. So I mean, it's really some hope in Boonville, and a lot of people just gonna sleep on it. But the coaches are really just doing their best, just trying to get everybody out in Division I. So.
Yeah, and they've got a lot to replace going into next year, but I've already seen some of their recruiting class for this upcoming season. They got some dogs just like yourself, Alfred, everybody that left. So, Greg Davis, great job by him, what he's been able to do. And you yourself, you're now moving on. You're already at your 4-year school at Texas Southern, being able to contribute in the spring, get better, learn the system. Talk to me real quick about Texas Southern and why you chose them to continue your career, because you had a multitude of offers, like I mentioned before. So you had a decision on where you wanted to go. You ended up choosing them. Was it just because you wanted to keep being a Tiger, or was there something more?
Nah, it was. Yeah, I wanted to be a Tiger, but just the big things that really caught my attention in their program was just first thing they believe in God. They worship God a lot down here at Texas Southern, and I grew up in a God family, so I mean that plays a big part into my lifestyle and just how I just cruise and just go on with my day or just life. Saying that, but I mean just getting out of Mississippi was a good thing. I was sure everybody would want to do get out of Mississippi and just see different things. So I just mean being in Houston and the program I chose just turn around here and just know it's talent in Mississippi. So just to put on.
There you go. And I know you've been there for a brief time, maybe a month, if not less already. But obviously you're learning the system already. You're learning what the expectations are. How do you feel like you being this going into your junior year, your third year at the college level. You have that experience from Northeast. How do you feel like you're going to be able to contribute right away and really blend into the system that they have put in place there?
I mean, just coming from JUCO, it just already give you a heads up about the game on the field. So I mean, just coming to a university, it's still the same. It's just slowing the game down more and more every time for me. So I mean, just me today expectations. I'm already used to that from being going to Northeast, just grit and grind. So I mean, they expect the same thing down here, and I'm just geared to them.
Hey, there you go, man. And obviously, you've been able to play alongside some great talent at Northeast. You're going to play alongside a lot of great talent at Texas Southern next year on the field. And I want to get into this segment where you can shout some more people out because some of your teammates from Northeast shouted you out in this segment that we're about to get into called Who's Up Next, where you can recommend some people that I can get on the podcast, talk about their story, talk about their careers overall, and get their names out there just as you're doing now. So, whether it's from Northeast, Texas Southern, or even at another school entirely, who would you say is next up on the Slim Sports podcast?
You already did Quay Middlebrooks.
No, I'm trying to reach out to him, get on. He hasn't answered yet.
We definitely gonna get him on. That's who I got. Who's next?
Hey, there you go. Yeah, he one of the most underrated running backs in JUCO. He was outstanding. What he was able to do overall, but that's the chip on you guys' shoulder when it comes to Northeast. You guys don't get the love that you deserve. That's why I'm having you and all of your teammates on. That way, you guys get your names out there, get the recognition that you rightfully deserve. And now that's a great name right there for who's up next. Now we got to talk about what's next. We just talked about how you feel like you're going to be able to blend into their system, that grit and grind mentality that you have from JUCO. How are you really looking to improve in this offseason the most? What part of your game are you looking to enhance to where you can go into the 2026 season, lead them to a championship, and be the best version of yourself?
I mean, just staying in the playbook. Like once you learn the rules of the game becomes easier to you. So I mean, just staying down, working, and just having meetings with the offense coordinator and my quarterback coach as well. Just drawing the plays. So just break down all the fundamentals and just putting them together on the field. So you'll know what's going on at game speed.
Hey, there you go, man. I cannot wait to tune in and see you throwing some more touchdown passes, running into the end zone, trucking some people out of your way, because I do know that that is what Jeremiah Harrell is all about when he's on the field, all about business, doing what you do best, man. Beyond excited to finally get QB1 for the Tigers, both Northeast and Texas Southern now on this podcast. Excited to be able to show off the highlights that you've been able to do and show off who you are, not just as a player, but as a person. So thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule to hop on the podcast for a great interview, man.
Uh, Go Tigers.